Okay, let's get started with introductions. I'm Dr. Casey Cole. I'm chairperson of the committee. I represent Equine. I'll move it on to Bonnie.
Hello, Bonnie Marchinolich. I am the attorney with knowledge of animal law.
Pass it on to Katie.
How about Sharon? Okay, Go ahead, Katie.
Sure, I'm Katie Lisnick. I'm the executive director at Greater Androscoggin Humane Society in Lewiston, and I'm representing licensed animal shelters here on this council. And Sharon.
Sharon St. John, Federation of Maine Dog Clubs, representing licensed dog breeders.
Pass it on to Kim.
Kim McLaughlin, town clerk for the town of Old Orchard Beach, representing the town clerks and municipal clerks.
And pass it on to Dr. Matulis.
I am Dr. Jessica Matulis, and I'm representing the veterinarians on the council.
And pass it on to Rhonda.
Hey there, I'm Rhonda Stesick. I'm the director of the Animal Welfare Program with DACF.
I think that's all the AWAC members present right now. There's a couple ones that just say guest or have one letter, so if you are on AWAC, let me know. Okay. First, we'll start with Animal Welfare Program updates.
Sure. Morning. I'm going to share my screen. Apologies ahead of time. I don't have the full report to the committee. I got kind of sidetracked yesterday afternoon and this morning. And I will get an update out to you guys via email as soon as I'm able. Let me share my screen. Can you see that there? I do have the animals in custody. We were able to return quite a few over the past 2 weeks. Unfortunately, brought more in. And I will update you, as I said, later with the current number of court cases and the number of complaints we received in December. Secondly, I will provide you right here, hold on a second, with the Help Fix Me cash report. This is as of yesterday afternoon. And I also, just to let you all know that we did just on Monday get notice of receipt of approximately $32,000 in revenue. We have already reached out to the organizations with clinics coming up who contacted us and were put on the waiting list for vouchers for January and the beginning of February clinics, and those are in process of going out for 50% of that $32,000 that was received per our last agreement or our last conversation. So that's where we're at with that. The rules hearing on the proposed rule changes for Help Fix Me was yesterday, 10 a.m. to noon, and now there is a 10-day process in which written comments will be accepted. So that's where we're at with the rules process. That's what I've got.
And where can we send written comments to you?
They can be sent to me.
Okay.
And for anyone who doesn't have my email, it is on the AWP website, and it tells you where to submit those.
Okay.
There's a link.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any comments from the committee on the rules? Okay. Then let's move on to subcommittee updates. Let's start with the ACO subcommittee.
Hey, Katie, do you want me to take this?
Yeah, if you'd like to, sure.
Well, I can start and feel free to chime in. So we met as a committee and added Adam Rickey of the Animal Welfare Society to the ACO subcommittee. And as part of looking at regionalization, we're going to take a look at how that might work through the main statute that allows shelters, that allows municipalities to fulfill their obligation to have an ACO through a relationship with an ACO that's employed by shelters. So we've just started down that road, and we would welcome anybody else on AWAC who'd like to participate in that discussion and in development of that project.
And when will the next meeting be?
We haven't scheduled that, but if anybody shoots me an email that they're interested, I'll be sure to get their input. We're thinking probably in about 2 weeks.
Awesome. Okay. And then do we have a update from the dog licensing subcommittee?
No, just what Rhonda and I talked about last time, same thing. We're kind of I think we put a pin in it at the moment. Yep. So.
Perfect. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot for that for now.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Okay. Okay, moving on. We had talked about this a little bit last time, but fundraising discussion. Anyone have ideas for fundraising for the Animal Welfare Department?
Is there an interest in a subcommittee format for this, or do we want to keep it all just as an AWAC, a full AWAC discussion consistently?
Either or is fine by me. Whichever we think is going to be more productive. A subcommittee might be more productive knowing that we're going into the legislative session and we're going to start seeing bills come through. Especially, I've heard there's 2,600 bill titles right now. So I don't know how many are going to be related to animal welfare, but we might be busy this year, so it might be smart to make a subcommittee. I'm happy to take volunteers. I'm happy to be on that subcommittee as well.
I'm certainly interested in it.
Okay. Anyone else interested? Perfect. Okay, so the three of us. Yeah, and we can try to come up with some fundraising ideas.
Who was it? Was it Jessica? Who was the other one?
Yeah, Jessica.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'll send an email out to the three of us after this meeting.
Great, thank you.
I'm sure we can come up with a time to meet. That being said, has anyone come up with any ideas for fundraising other than what's been said before? It's fine if not. I don't have any off the top of my head. But. No. Okay. We really didn't have much of an agenda this meeting. Let's set the next meeting dates. Looking ahead, does Thursday work for everyone, or was Wednesday better?
Wednesday was better for me just because that's my large animal day, so I can kind of have more flexibility.
Okay.
But I mean, I can work it out as long as it's a month ahead. I can reschedule appointments or something. So.
Well, I mean, I can make Wednesdays work. That's fine. Did everyone like Wednesdays better then?
I like Thursday.
What?
I like Thursday.
Thursday.
Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine, Casey. I just, as long as I get some sort of ahead notice, I can try to move it a little bit. So.
Or would Fridays be better?
Fridays are terrible.
Okay, that's fine.
You know, as a vet, it's a very busy day because everyone's waiting for the weekend. So.
Oh yeah, Fridays are awful. Okay, if you're okay with Thursdays, a month from now would be the 16th. Or the 23rd.
What are those dates again? Casey?
February 16th or February 23rd. I'll make sure I don't have anything on my schedule.
Can we do the 23rd? I'm not surgeon that day, so it would be a little easier.
It works for me. Is everyone else in agreement on that one?
Yeah,
Fine.
that works for me too.
This is Bonnie, that works.
Yes,
Perfect. Okay.
yes.
And let's go ahead and just, do we want to just repeat it every month for the next 3 months and just have them on the schedule? It makes sense to me just to do them in advance.
Agreed.
Looking
Do you
at
want them
March,
the last Thursday of the month from 1 to 3, or the third Thursday of the month from 1 to 3? How do you?
I was going to do a month out from the 23rd, which would be the 23rd in March as well.
Okay,
And
so
then
4 weeks.
yeah.
Okay.
And then April, we'd be looking at April 20th.
Okay.
Okay.
Casey, can I just ask one question, please? It's Kim in Old Orchard.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as the subcommittee goes, where are we on the new dog licensing program that the state was going to try and put together for the clerks and vets to use and ACO officers?
You mean the electronic program?
Yes. I keep getting at questions from the clerks as to when we might get some sort of a state program that's going to be helping them out a little bit.
I think that's a better
So-
question for Rhonda.
Yeah, so we are still working on that with the provider, and we still do not have a viable product from them. So we're working on it. Kim, I did just send or ask Danielle actually to send back to whoever's doing your municipal clerk's newsletter, some information about the online portal that is currently being used. Just because we keep getting sent folks who are having trouble with the portal, and then they're frustrated because we can't answer their questions. So I asked her to put a blurb in with the contact information for Inform Me for technical, because we don't have anything to do with that. We can't help people when they call, and they get really mad when people called the clerk's office and then they told them to call us and we're saying we can't help them either. So I did send that to her to go ahead and put in there.
All right, I'll talk to her and see if maybe we should send it out as a separate email too, so that clerks some clerks will read the newsletter and others will just say, oh, it's a fluffy little newsletter, I'm not going to bother. So that they'll know specifically for the dogs. Thank you.
Understood. Yeah. But yes, we all want a more centralized portal. I'm in the same camp, but we also need it to work.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Any more concerns from people on the committee? Okay. Before I open things up to public comment, I just want to remind people that we're not having any rules discussion on Help Fix Me program today. That was yesterday, and any comments you'd like to make for the Help Fix Me rules changes should be submitted in writing. So we're not going to have any rules discussion in public comment. Oh, Katie?
Yeah, I just forgot to mention it when we were talking about fundraising, and it's not a new idea, but it is the time of year that people will be doing their taxes. So I don't know if any of the Department of Ag marketing or the state marketing could mention the tax checkoff for the community sterilization fund. Just one way to get a little bit more funding through.
Yeah, that's a good thought. I always do it every year without thinking. I never mention it to anyone else.
Yeah, so many people just have no clue that it's even there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all, every time you're asking for money, you always got to do that educational piece.
I can certainly ask that it be added to the AWP page. And I'll have to follow up, and you'll have to jump in on any other communication.
Yeah, we can also, but Katie, it's a good idea. That might be an opportunity. We could do something with Jim too, with Jim Britt, our communications person. It's a nice little blurby thing that we could send out. So no, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, opening up public comment. And I don't see any hands raised. So do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Unless there's further discussion needed.
So moved.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
All in
Second,
favor?
Kim. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all opposed? Meeting adjourned.